So you're pretty much, academy will be more like pretty much training you to deal with everyday situations, tactics, and pretty much learning how to be an Akron police officer. So what we go through on an everyday basis, you'll get that training in the academy. So you won't be not knowing what you're getting into when you get on the streets right away. So we're trying to fill the entry-level position of patrolman. So it's just handling everyday calls. It could be from a domestic call to a welfare check to go check on an animal. So it's entry-level position is what we're trying to fill at this point right now.
Could you speak to the idea that maybe people are interested, but they think they can't do it? I would think, for me personally, maybe just at age 50, a lot of things are hard for me now, but it would be hard to learn all about the weapons and the training and all the police codes and like the code of conduct, and maybe I wasn't in the service, and maybe there's a misnomer that you have to be at military service or some other background. So correct that myth, and then explain to me that maybe it's nothing as easy, but maybe it's more attainable than one might think.
So it's you don't have to be in the military for one. So it's just you just got to have a want to succeed and help out the community. Like, you're going to be a police officer, so you're going to be tasked with certain things every day. You're going to be expected to handle yourself in a certain kind of manner. So that's the type of people we're looking for. It's not just military people who go out here and handle guns all day long. We can train you how to handle a gun all day long. We can train you how to do this type of training. We just want more people that's mind open to certain situations, not just closed-minded people. We're always open to, even if you're not sure about it, just come talk to us about it. Come get the general idea of what being a police officer is, not just from what you see on television, but actually come talk to somebody who's actually doing the job every day, day in, day out. At first, they were a little leery to do what's going on with the world, with policing. But if they know me and they know I'm a professional in what I'm going to always handle myself, to take care of myself and handle everything that I do to the top level, anything I can do. So if I'm going to be a police officer, I'm going to be a police officer and handle myself to the best professional that I can be doing the job that I'm going to do. So serve to me is serving the community that I live in, community that I live in, work in. So me being from Akron, I'm serving the people that I actually see on an everyday basis. And protecting is the same thing. I'm protecting my family and your family from anything that can come that's negative, criminal. We're just going to protect you from that type of situation.
I chose law enforcement because I came from a law enforcement family. My aunt was a chief, my uncle was a detective. So just growing up, I've always been around the profession, so this is something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. I think a lot of people watch those cop shows and they can kind of be like, man, that's all they do is go fast paced all the time, and a lot of the times it's not like that. A lot of the people just call us because they need kind of a shoulder to lean on or to bounce an idea off an officer to kind of talk to where they're at in their life. A lot of the calls we go to is just talking to people, figuring out what's the next best step for them and their families. So we really do just go out and help people sometimes figure out a solution for the night or hopefully the next month for them and their kids, and move on and go to the next one. There actually is a team in Akron we have that it rides with one fireman, one police officer, and a social worker. They work usually daytime hours, but if we get a call that someone might be in a mental health crisis, we do dispatch that team and they will go talk to them and see if we can find a solution for the day or the night, because they might be social workers are more equipped with the resources than we might have. Akron does do a really good job at having those resources at hand, like CSS, that we can get them in contact with a caseworker or case manager to help them in the right direction for anything they may need. During the academy, we actually go through a CIT training. They kind of just explain to us signs and symptoms you may see when dealing with someone with a mental illness. So if there's like a certain cue or something they're saying that may kind of spark us to be like, okay, maybe they're going through a mental health crisis, we know ways to kind of talk to them in a different way. And then also you can go through, I had a 40-hour course of CIT training where if they ask for a CIT officer, they'll dispatch a CIT officer because we have more training in that aspect or in that field to kind of help them with that.
Would you find, like, final question, I think, sometimes I say final question and
That's
then
okay.
I think of three more. But final question I would have, speak to the advancement opportunities.
Okay.
Your colleague mentioned that right now your entry level and patrol officers are needed, but maybe the Akron Police Department is the kind of place where you could kind of think about having a 30-plus year career.
I did come from a smaller city I worked at prior, and after coming to a big city I realized there's a lot more opportunities. One thing with Akron, after you're on 3 years, you can take the sergeant's exam. And then once on 2 years of SWAT interests you, you can take the SWAT test. And then also there's the Detective Bureau, K-9, our narcotics teams. So there's things you can go through from that. And like right now I'm in community relations, so there's temp assignments for that as well. We have the website, joinakronpolice.com, where you can reach out to us that way and get all your information hooked up with us so we can be in contact with you, or you can just call the recruitment office and we can talk to you that way.